Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. I shut that off. I shut it off. Breaks. All right, I think we're good. Folks, I hope everybody's having a great Labor Day. Now, we know what's going on down in the southeast portion, and God bless the people in the Bahamas. Some real heart-wrenching footage I've seen from the Bahamas, but hopefully this storm is going to be just going out. We're going to make it go out to sea there. What's up, Brad? What's up, Michael? Hey, Todd, Mr. Israel. Everybody, happy Labor Day. But yeah, so let's just keep that part of the country in our prayers. Tomorrow night, opening night, baseball. Coach, you might have saw me last night getting the balls. I'm supposed to bring 3 to each game. I'm going to use 2 because they only give us a certain amount. But we got to get ready. And I got, if you remember the videos from this year's NPS 19, they gave us a little survival kit. Well, we're going to turn the survival kit into a first aid kit. Now, someone on Instagram sent this to me a while ago, and he's like a paramedic. And he showed me, I mean, he has this PACKOUT. He has 2 of these PACKOUT boxes and that other, the big, the one that makes pretty much, 2 of these equal that one. I guess they call it the medium PACKOUT box, even though it's the small PACKOUT box, but it's kind of like the organizer. We'll call it the organizer. He had that and 2 of these with all his like paramedic stuff. So these things are useful for a lot of different things, other than the tools that we know of. But first aid kit, get ready. Again, we got a lot of little kids here, so this all cracked. So we're gonna turn our survival kit, okay, into a first aid kit. Now they did actually supply a couple cool little things that we'll probably keep in here, like the tissues. This is a Milwaukee plug. Pack of cards we don't really need. A couple ticks. And we'll get rid of all this here. And some caramel. All right. So, again, guys, you have maybe, I don't know. Obviously, you might run a baseball team, football team, basketball, soccer, or you might coach one of those, whatever. But obviously, I have one in my trailer. And I might actually move this setup to my trail. I don't know. I kind of have a nice little first aid kit already hung up there. But whatever you're in, you're in a trade, you probably have a little first aid kit, whether in your van, your truck, your trailer, or whatever. This is a cool little thing. Cool little idea with your PACKOUT box. And these are pretty cheap. You get them for $20 when they're on sale. But it's a good organ, you can get, no matter how much stuff you want, you can obviously use the organizer. You're going to pay a lot of money for that. Usually this is more than enough. Built really, really good. Obviously, PACKOUT, their top of the line system from Milwaukee, obviously. But you got whether, you can leave this out, whether football, it can rain, it can snow on it. You always got your first aid supplies. You'll be surprised how much we use this stuff. It's really incredible. Mostly, and actually I'm going to move these because I might actually have to buy another kit here because I only got one. Well, 2. This usually breaks off. Let's put some more Band-Aids over here. But these are we use probably 1 every 2 games. Someone gets hit by a pitch and, these cold packs. We use them a lot. I'm gonna have to get maybe a couple more of these before the season starts. But we got vinyl gloves in here in case we got to administer some first aid. But these first aid kits are pretty. I don't know. The league sends these over, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So we put all our band-aids in. Like we got a little plastic tweezer. This is good. Yeah, we'll put that into that section there. Let me put the vinyl gloves in there. We got some waterproof tape. Okay. That's very important. See, we got the cotton. Maybe we'll put the cotton balls with the tissues there. And we got all our little... They gave us this. We must have opened these. This was, I think, in a pack. Where all these little... Yeah, we got a couple more in here. Little Q-tips. Like I said, somebody must have opened these because I remember these being in a blue little tin. Maybe I'll find a little bag for them. Actually, you know what? I might be able to open this. Get this out of here. Get this out. Get out. This is for the... Wow, I didn't even know what this... Man, I was looking for this. Wow. This might be... Is this... Oh, yeah, here we go. That's like Apple. All right. So this is for the new... If you have the new Android phones. Now, we know DeWalt is selling those. They're a little overpriced right now. I wouldn't recommend... they're selling them at your local Lowe's there. Let me get these out of here. And... So yeah, let me I'll put these in this little thing here. Alright, hold on folks. Well, it looks pretty good. That's very nice. I think I'm gonna put the cotton balls this too. So you gotta improvise, man. That's what it's about, baby. So yeah, we got a little Q-tip and some cotton balls. I'm gonna probably replace all these. I'm gonna get another one, but in case I need them tomorrow. They make the little blue, it's like this, about this size with all Q-tips in it. And we got some cotton in there. Let's push that down. This is a good cord. We got some more tape here. We'll put that in with this sucker. Now we got all our ointments. First aid burn. If someone gets burnt, some towelettes. Here's a prep pad, sting relief prep pad. And here's our ointments. Okay, this is, you know, again, they slide. They scrape up their knees, their arms. You know, obviously in football, they probably, I mean, probably a much bigger first aid kit they might use. Here's some more bigger bandages. We'll put the bigger bandages in that big part here. Now we got the big sterilized gauze pads. Yeah, that has to go in there. And we got some Purell. You know, we'll stick that in there. So we got pretty much everything covered. I even got an extra Q-tip. Oh, we got tissues here. Maybe we'll stick the tissues in there. Probably won't use any of this stuff, only because, you know, kind of open, but you never know in case somebody really run out of stuff here. But yeah, guys, you know, you can use this, you know, like I said, even you got a big family, you're going away, maybe you got like a minivan, minivan, maybe you got like 4 kids. Not bad to keep a first aid kit in the trunk or something. Again, you can buy these and keep them in here. You know, I don't know how good this one was, but the top cracked on me here. So, and this is much, you know, it's bigger, of course, but some of these first aid kits are pretty big. but this isn't, you know, that big, of course. And I think DeWalt makes something too. Well, you guys know the DeWalt kind of has those smaller. What's up, John Rice? Gazing out the fast. It's too little. Oh wow. Well, yeah. Go ahead, mount. No, I don't use the GoPro. Joseph, what's up? First aid, septic pen, super glue, duct tape. Yeah, you have to use what you have to use, man. Glue is really, I don't know if they actually make a glue now. A lot of you guys who are older, you have like those little cuts. Um, I want to say they even like do it in hospitals now. They use some type of glue sometimes if they don't have to use stitches. But like I said, some of these, you know, like I said, DeWalt has that little smaller, I forget what they call it. It might be a little bit smaller than this now, like I said, but you'd be surprised, guys. I don't really have too much stuff in here. But it's almost full. Now, yeah, again, you can cram a lot of this stuff in here. Once stuff kind of gets open, though, you kind of got to resort to different stuff. But, you know, the Band-Aids, you know, you got the vinyl gloves, pads. The ice packs is the main thing because the ice packs usually don't come in these first aid kits. Now, I'm not saying that some don't, but usually we get these for baseball because, again, kids get hit all the time, like on the arm or the back, and, you know. But I'm probably going to have to put at least another 2 of these in here. See, usually these kind of break in half. And what you got to do with a lot of them now, see, this one might be a little bit different. This one is reusable. So I think this one has to even be, yeah, this is a different one. The ones I do, you break off and you hit it and it kind of releases that coldness. I don't even know what one this one is. Dual purpose, reusable, drugless pain relief. So I don't know. You can make this. Yeah, this has to get stored in a freezer. So, I mean, this one is useless pretty much. So I gotta get those snap-ons, and they're not this big either. They're smaller. But obviously you got your ointments. Great little box. You know, like I said, MPS, they kind of called it the survival kit. I'll probably leave that there just so the other coaches and maybe the kids, you know what's in here. First aid stuff. They need a Band-Aid or something. But just another idea of something else you can kind of use these packouts for. I wonder if I could fit a ball in here. Wow. See, that's a good idea. Because we run out of balls like crazy, guys. You have no idea. Get a couple foul balls, go over the fence. Now, the league is really hard on it because supposedly there was a big issue last year. People were using like these waterlogged balls. So they want these. They actually got them stamped this year. Yeah. I don't know if it was this year, but they have to be US ABL balls used at all times. But yeah, so I can kind of hide one of them in there. But you got all this, you know, and I can obviously put a lot more stuff in here, which is cool. But yep, exactly. Just another option for your pack out. Again, my honest opinion, the pack out, you're gonna pay a premium, you guys know it, right? But they're very well made. And I don't think there's a better built box really out there now. I know other, you know, people, oh, the Tough System or the Rigid's the best. They're just as good and they're half the price. They're all good. You have to find what you like. This was just an extra one from the MPS. And again, I got the idea from this one dude who's a paramedic who uses the PACKOUT system for a lot of their stuff. A lot of their emergency type stuff they carry. They're actually using PACKOUT. Now, I don't know if Milwaukee intended for that or that's the way they're going. Probably not. But, you know, there's a lot of other usages for this. But this is something, again, you have a lot of kids. You do a lot of traveling to keep in, you know, maybe your trunk. You can kind of set up a little survival kit of your own. This being more of a first aid kit for baseball here. But, yeah, just a quick little video. But tomorrow night starts all the fun. But I'm going to be at Depot later on. Actually, not too much later. My son has baseball practice, indoor baseball practice for his other team tonight. His first practice. So it's an hour and a half, and I ain't hanging out there. That's for sure. Not for the whole hour and a half. So I'm going to try to break off, get to a Depot. But we need PACKOUT drawers. Yes. I was pretty surprised because, again, Milwaukee makes you wait for a lot of, the lawnmower. Again, I know a lot of people talk about it, and I actually mentioned it. And, the guy kind of, if it doesn't come out next year, I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably never coming out. From what I didn't get any direct answer or anything, but the guy kind of laughed. Now, I don't know if he was laughing, but I was straight up. I'm like, I know a lot of people. Again, I think you guys make the best string trimmer ever made. Okay, that's how much I love your Milwaukee Fuel string trimmer. I love it. I yearn for it. And now the Gen 2 blower is really awesome, guys. It's hard really to recommend any other blower. I really like that Makita blower, but the runtime, and it's heavier. You got to put two batteries on it. So you got a great outdoor platform, but I know a lot of people that won't invest in that Milwaukee platform because it doesn't have a lawnmower. So they're going with Ego because they want to have one battery. With outdoor power equipment, it's much different kind of than, maybe you have an impact driver that's a Milwaukee and a hammer drill that's the wall. And maybe a fan that's rigid, because you can always kind of leave them on the tool, right? And when you need it, you kind of got it there. With OPE stuff, you're usually running the tool to the battery's dead. So it's not really like that. So you got to have batteries and exactly. So you don't want to, have a Milwaukee string trimmer with a DeWalt blower and then have an Ego mower to a degree. Now, obviously, there might be people out there that do have that. All right. But as a whole, most people want to, when it comes to OPE, outdoor power equipment, they want to have everything the same brand. So, yeah. And the drawer unit, they knew about it. They know people want, that's like the number one thing for the PACKOUT. Got to come out with a drawer unit. And they've known this for 2 years. And I'm like, MPS 19, maybe we'll see it. We didn't see it. We didn't see it. We didn't see a new fan either. Oh, thank you, Mike. Michael, I appreciate that, brother. I need a good deal on that Gen 2 blower. Thanks again, Mike. Mike Solis. God bless you, buddy. Happy Labor Day. Hey, Peck. Yeah, I'm sure it'll go down to $99 pretty soon. We got fall leaf season coming. I would not be surprised if we see it back at $99 very shortly. And for that price, again, it's tough to beat. Some wind, some rain. You're down there. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really know what's going on. Oh, Piston Honda, where the hell have you been? I'll tell you, a lot of guys from the old days, man. Now Piston Honda's back. Milwaukee releases a lawnmower. They need to compete with Ego with performance and features. Otherwise, what's the point? Well, Ego's not even the number one OPE platform anymore. More Piston Honda. Ryobi passed them up. I believe it was last year. Or maybe it was early this year, I don't know. But Ryobi is now the number one OPE lithium ion. So there's a lot of good mowers out there. Ego, definitely, no doubt about it. They kind of brought, they were in this before all these other companies got into it, and they were king of the hill. To be honest with you, probably for their first 3 years, they were the only company making really quality OPE tools, blowers with 500 CFM, great lawnmowers, right? A lot of different variety, string trimmers, hedge trimmers, everything. Now everybody knows how much money's in it. I mean, DeWalt and Craftsman, they have Craftsman has a V20, a V60. DeWalt has a 20 volt, a 40 volt, which they just discontinued, but a 20 volt, a 40 volt, and a 60 volt OPE platform, right? That's how much, right? Makita has an 18 volt and a 36 volt, okay? Ryobi has 18 volt, 40 volt. I think they even had a 60 volt at one time. I could be wrong, or maybe it was I think it was the 60 maybe. But, Milwaukee smart. They're just doing it, they're releasing one tool kind of a year. But this was a big release for them this year. I mean, they got the pole saw out of the way. They got the hedge trimmer. What's the other one? Oscillating pole hedge trimmer, the pole saw. And what's the other attachment there? Oh, the string trimmer, I guess. Yeah. But they got two of the big ones away. I mean, they came out pretty quick with that pole saw, and it's a 10-inch, which kind of separates it. We just saw the new DeWalt, which I really like that new DeWalt. But that's only an 8-inch. But I think they'll have a mower next year, to get on to that point, but we'll see. Cristobal, what's up? Yeah, get the generators on standby, man. Yep. I ran mine, guys, for 13 days straight, and I haven't used it one day since Superstorm Sandy. And remember, that wasn't a hurricane. That wasn't even a tropical storm. That was what they call a perfect storm. All right, that was a perfect storm. There was like double high tide, full moon, and just a lot of crazy storm surge and wind. We had tornadoes from it. But that did so much damage to the Northeast, Superstorm Sandy. And you ask yourself, imagine if this was a tropical storm. Crap, imagine if it was a hurricane. What it would have done. But that storm did a lot of bad, but it ended up doing a lot of good. A lot of houses that were on the beach kind of got destroyed, which was horrible. But now, 5, 6, 7 years later, they're all kind of rebuilt, and they're all on these new legislation when they had to be put on stilts. And, a lot of power damage. We didn't have power here for 13 days, but a lot of those limbs now are gone. So, I mean, we haven't lost power in 7 years. That storm did so much damage that it kind of fixed their heads to, hey, we can't have this ever happen again. Now they kind of trim the power lines more and stuff like that. But yeah, it was crazy, APEC. It was, and I had, my daughter was like 1 year old when this was going on. They actually went to my in-laws for a couple days, but it worked great. But there was a huge gas shortage. I don't know if you guys in the Northeast, I'm sure a couple of you kind of remember, you couldn't get gas anywhere, man, anywhere. But luckily I had a lot of gas because, I always have gas for the lawn care stuff, for the zero turns, for the OPE, the outdoor power equipment, my backpack blowers and all that, because it was fall season, which was also kind of good. Because I had a lot of gas, because we go through a lot with the backpack blower. So I had a lot of gas. So we kind of weathered the storm, and, it was good, man. We made it through it. But, yeah, definitely true, Mike. I got my money. I haven't used it since. I tried it a year ago. A lot of, no matter what you do, when it sits that long, now, I was probably for the first 2 years, I would start it like every 3 months, but that went out the door probably 5 years ago or 4 years ago. But I started it, and maybe once I get this garage kind of cleaned out, I think I started it last year, and it started. It was, it definitely, the carburetor's probably definitely shot on it. When you have gas in there for that long, you can even put that stable in it, the stabilizer. Yeah, it'll work for a year or two, but these generators sit for a long time. You got to really make sure all the gas is out of them. But I do got the power station. One thing that I didn't have back then, that DeWalt power station. I cannot believe the price of them now. They were giving them away, not only at Home Depot. You guys could go back and search the videos. Amazon was selling them for $199. Now, if you want one, they raised the price. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they stopped making them. So there's like a very limited supply of them. I don't know. But the DeWalt power station is crazy expensive. And I'll tell you, this new Ryobi 40 volt that's coming out. I mean, the power station kind of still has it, man. I mean, I think it's 1,500 watts. Now, I'm sure it has more features and all that stuff. But that old power station, it's still 1,600 watts. Right? 1,600 or 1,800 and, 3,600 starting watts. And that thing, believe it or not, the DeWalt power station can handle more stuff than that new Ego Nexus 2,000 watt power station. So DeWalt did a hell of a job with that. I would love to see a second version of that, kind of a Gen 2 of the power station. Because I'll tell you, no one else is coming out with one. Well, yet. You might see something very soon from another company, but we're going to be quiet about that. If you search for pure gas stations, ethanol, there's definitely them around. New Orleans, like a perfect story. Yes. Raider Nation. But that's about it, guys. So if you you're looking for something that you don't kind of have to worry about busting or replacing. See, what's good about using this is your first aid kit for life. All right? You might be, what do you mean for life? What's this guy? You don't ever have to worry about buying these stupid things anymore. You can just add to this. See, that's the big thing now. Now when I need more Band-Aids, I just add to this. Boom, boom, boom. Band-Aids, bandages. All right, I need a couple pairs of vinyl gloves. You can buy everything separate. Like when these things stink. They're kind of good to have in an emergency, of course. But, once these things are gone, I'm buying full triple antibiotic ointment, bacitracin, all that good stuff in the tubes when you need it, and you can kind of just refill it with what you need. Like I said, I need a lot of these ice packs, and it's something that you're just not going to be able to put in your normal first aid kit. But you might not need these, you might, and this is not, but in the sport of baseball, especially 11, 12U, the kids get hit on the arm and they think it's the end of the world. And these things are huge, but I'm going to have to get some of these quick. I have to go on Amazon and see. But you can kind of, if you have the PACKOUT box, don't even think about getting this. Build your own. You got your first aid kit for life, right? You got your $20 PACKOUT. Maybe you got it for Christmas at Home Depot, whatever. Now, you might have got an extra one. But they're going to be doing a lot of kits with these PACKOUT boxes. All right, we seen a couple of them. I showed them at MPS 19, where you're going to see a lot of kits configured with these PACKOUT. Now, we've seen it before with the 12-volt drill driver, right? The fuel impact driver. Then they had, the ratchet in this. So they're really starting to put a lot of tools in this PACKOUT stuff. Now, obviously, I just put a picture up on Instagram today with the Gen 3 stuff, with the foam insert PACKOUT box kit for $2.99. But whatever, you have one of these boxes, you can kind of make your own first aid kit. You don't have to go out and buy them. Sometimes they could be expensive. I don't know. Like I said, this might even be from like 2 years ago. I have no idea. But exactly. So you could put whatever you want here, whatever you use the most, and you can put in, hey, you know what? A first aid kit. All right. But if something happens, man, I got to keep the kids occupied too. You got a deck of cards. You can do whatever you want. A good light would be good in here too. But again, I'm really just using this for baseball. So I don't really need a light. I want to put as much, first aid stuff, and really these ice packets are the most important. But we got everything. So that's about it, folks. Yeah, we're going to be over at the depot shortly because I got to kill some time. And I hope to see you all there at the depot. Okay, folks? Well, all right. Well, all right. Oh, the heck is going on here? Okay. We figured it out. We figured it out. And you don't have to worry about anything kind of getting into any other spot there. All right. Again, you can do this with your own first aid kit for life with the PACKOUT. Again, you can use any one you want. You like the rigid little organizer. I don't think they make an organizer this small rigid, but we know DeWalt kind of has those smaller ones. It's not the tough system, and it's not the T-Stack. They call it something else. But even that one that I showed at Home Depot, I'll show you tonight, which would make a great little kind of first aid kit. I'll show it to you tonight at the depot. All right, but thank you. Hope everyone has a great Labor Day. APEC, thank you, brother. Do like to great, right? APEC, you kind of know where everything is. Band-Aids, you could even kind of, I got that little label maker. My daughter loves making them. I'll probably have her kind of make a little label, Band-Aids, ointments, cotton, you can do the clear lid is the best way to do it. Like I said, DeWalt has something similar. I'll show you a couple different options, but I really like this box. Again, you're going to pay, but not when we should see this again this holiday season for $19.99. Jump on it. I think it's a great little box. It's made really, again, all you have to do, guys, on some of these boxes to tell that it's junk. And I don't want to say junk because they'll last you a decent amount of time, but it's all in the hinges, man. It's all in the hinges. I mean, you can rip, and how bendable the lid is. I mean, this thing is built. It's freaking awesome. Again, you're gonna pay. It's not, but it ain't like crazy amount of money either. And that's why I think the PACKOUT. Listen, some of those bigger PACKOUT boxes are expensive. The smaller ones, you're not really paying that much of a premium. I'll show you the DeWalt one. The DeWalt one that I think would make a great one is $30. It's $29.99. But they also have that one, but it's bigger. See, I like this. This is like the perfect size. It's not really big, and it's not really small, so you can get a lot of stuff in it. And obviously it's bigger than your normal first aid kit, but I mean, some of these first aid kits are definitely big. But does it float? That's a good question. I don't think it'll sink. It matters what you have in it. Maybe if you have a Bauer impact driver, it might sink. I don't know. Love my rolling boxes. They help. Yeah, definitely, man. And a lot of guys that do have these organizers, they have their screws, their fasteners, their bolts, and then you'll see a little thing with whatever little Band-Aids, and you'll see another one with food, whatever, some type of food that they kind of keep in there, gum. There's a lot of storage with this, with all of these systems now. But yep, exactly. But this one is great for the first aid kit. So, and you can also put a tick on it. So if you ever lose it, someone tries to steal your first aid kit, I mean, you got to hide it somewhere because they'll rip it right off, But remember, the other PACKOUT boxes have a little spot for the tick, which is a good idea. Yeah, these haven't gone anywhere. And I talked to somebody who was like, man, I'm telling you, the DeWalt Tool Connect system is so much better than a Milwaukee Ticks. I'm like, really? I'm like, wow. He's like, I'm like, no, I have the 887 that has the Tool Connect built in, but I don't have any of their little, you know, these little ticks from DeWalt. I think the Tool Connect, I think they're a little bit smaller than this too, but I don't think either of them have kind of took off. Bosch's has a thing now too. I just saw their thing. Where's that little? Oh, right here. The Bluetooth from Rigid has really gone nowhere also. You could put this in the new Freak 2. And it's a Bluetooth low energy module. But yeah, the Rigid stuff, it's cool stuff, but in the long run, do you really use it? That's the whole thing. Now, these would be great. The problem is these are run by Bluetooth. If they were run by GPS, I mean, man, forget it. They would be a lot more money, but I mean, you'd be able to track anything. If you don't, if someone doesn't have the app, the app is what is basis for this whole tick system. And I think it works the same for the Tool Connect. So, and you only got 100 feet. So if someone steals your first aid kit, you got to hope someone has the Milwaukee app downloaded. Okay. And you got to hope that they're within 100 feet of your first aid kit. If not, you'll never find it. But if it was GPS, totally different. Everybody stay safe, guys. Yeah, Thursday night, right? Who's playing? I know the Packers are playing. I forget who they're playing. Are they playing the Broncos? Could be. I don't know. But guys, we're talking about the first aid kit here. We're talking about the survival kit. Let's all, again, keep our prayers and thoughts with this hurricane, guys, because a lot of us who aren't involved, it's crazy, man. It's so sad. This is the strongest hurricane to hit the Atlantic ever. Ever. And it's like every year there's a stronger storm. Right? Every year it's getting broken. Every year it's getting hotter. Every year. It's all in that little book, though. If you read that little book, it's all in that little book, people. Let's keep our prayers for the people down in the southeast. God bless you all. Have a great holiday. Peace.